is Priyanka Valmiki, and I hope you all are doing well. This is the first time I'm making a YouTube video, so if I do any mistakes, please spare me this time. So, the purpose of making this video is to give you its and bits of my experience of giving an interview in plenty of firms, I'll say, because I remember I started giving interview, like, 6 or 7 months back. Just giving you a bit of a disclosure that I am in no position to give you any recommendation of what you need to do, what you need not to do. This is just an video of sharing my personal experience and the mistakes that I have done prior, which I think the students around, the audience which are watching, should not repeat, because these were the kind of mistakes you could avoid by doing some kind of research. A firm, and the type of questions they asked me was, you know the very first question was, tell me about yourself, right? And then they moved forward to they asked me about my family and some personal information, and then they moved forward to technical questions. So the technical questions, what was not the problem, these were the regular questions that I came across to. Some of them was like, give me explain me about the golden rules. Then they asked me to pass some entries. For example, what is the purchase entry, what is the sales entry. And one more question they asked was about, this was very subjective type of a question. This question might differ from a person to person. They asked me about the integrity, which I believe is part of an audit, because I have studied audit. So integrity means, in the sense, like, if you are in the situation, what you would do in the situation, that type of a question. So this is where everything starts to fall. Please guys, this is like the basic thing which you have to do, is like research whatever position you are applying for. Do your research about that particular position, right? So for an example, for a fresher CA, you can't expect, and in a mediocre firm, you can't expect that CA firm to give you a salary of 40 to 50 or maybe 30,000 as well. You can't expect that. It's the average CA fresher student gets is like 9 to 15,000. This is the average you get. I was trying to search at that time what an ACCA fresher student might get, but I was not able to get that information. So I expect this is what ACCA students will get as well. So this is one thing: do your research properly. And for this one reason, I did not get selected in that particular firm. Second interview I gave was in Churchgate firm. I resided Kandivali, right? That firm, I had the worst experience in that firm, right? Because I did not apply into that firm, samne se. I received a message from on LinkedIn. They told me, we guys are interested in your profile. We saw your profile and we guys are really interested. Would you please share your CV? And then I shared my CV, and they saw it and they called me for an interview. Right when I reached to the location where the office resides, I waited there for like 5 to 10 minutes, and I guess he was a CA, and he started questioning that you can't expect. I mean, I was not expecting, to be very honest, I was not expecting that type of a question, but I was able to convince that person to a certain extent, right? I believe that he was testing my convincing power, I guess, but I was able to convince him to a certain extent, because convincing him was demotivating for me, getting very much demotivating, because he was like, You should not do ACCA because ACCA is not applicable in India. For in order to make your career in India, you should opt for a CA. Then he asked me about uh, are your relatives anywhere around the world. So I was like, sir. Then he like legit crossed the limit. He was like, then you can't do ACCA. Why are you doing ACCA? I mean, you are not a right candidate for it, and etc. etc. And I got up. I told him that, sir, it was great talking to you, but I don't think I would be able to join this particular firm, and I left. I literally left because I want to work in an environment where I, get encouraged to work. I you know get some kind of support for me and support for my career to build further. I don't want to work in a negative form like that, right? This is the last firm which I am working in, and it is a very very great firm. This is also a CA firm. It's in Ghatkopar, and again, it's not that long from Kanpur to Ghatkopar. I am able to manage. You guys as well can. The questions they asked me, because this position was for internal audit internship. So the questions they were asking me about the basic ones first, and then the technicals were, give us whatever you know about audit. Then tell us what you know about assurance. Audit may give assurance. Then he asked me to tell me the difference between limited and absolute assurance. Then he asked me what is the difference between review and auditing. All these basic questions, nothing too much technicalities over there. Yes. Those would be, please dress formally. CA firms or any other corporate firms expect you to be dressed formally, so be dressed well, right? Second thing, again, do your research well, because researching about your particular position, about other things, makes recruiter thinks that okay, this candidate has prepared well, right? Third thing, research about the company as well, about the firm as well, because they ask you questions of them as well, because I have came across with such questions and I was stammering at that moment, but I did answer whatever I knew. Fourth thing, please don't think that I'm a fresher, no one will appoint me, blah blah blah, you don't know how to make your CV, etc. It's not like that. I am a fresher too. This is my first ever internship, and if I was able to do it, you guys can as well. So just make sure the CV, fourth point would be, your CV should be enough. Let me insert an example for you guys. Your CV should not be this, it should be this. It should only contain limited information but enough information to give recruiter what they need, right? Point would be, just be yourself, because I remember, if that what mistakes I have done through, or I have did throughout my interviews which I have given, it was very silly mistakes, right? I was overdoing myself, I was overthinking, I was doing everything one could do. You just need to focus on one thing, one particular thing, and do that particular thing. It's okay if you don't know this part, but at least you know this part, to focus on this part, right? So this is what I can tell you about. And yes, there is a video, I am gonna upload it sooner. One is gonna be a questionnaire video, which I have received plenty of questions regarding PE Act, that is practical exposure requirement, which ACCA students need of 3 years. um, that would be answered. I would sort out 20 or top 10 questions according to the importance, and I would answer them according to what I have. I have the maximum knowledge, because I am a student like you as well. I am not going to any classes because I don't want to. I chose not to. I am really doing well with my internship and studying by myself. So if I'm able to, again, you can as well, right? Yes, about the video will come out soon, but I need more questions, because only the basic ones questions I have received. So yes, I do comment in the comment section, and I'll sort it down again. And the third video which is coming is Asian Paints ka video, the large cap company which I have given the interview. So let me give a background for that video. So there were 500 students, out of which only 4 students got to the 5th round. There were 5 rounds, so out of which only 4 students got to the 5th round, and I was one of them. So yes, I really want to share that as well, so what I felt and what the procedure was all about. So please let me know if you want to watch that video, Asian Paints wala video as well, because it would consider the other large cap companies ka thing as well. So yes, just let me know. And thank you for watching. Please again let me know if you enjoy it. This was my first ever try, and I hope I didn't bore you guys. It's just I was trying my best to give you what I can give, right? Thank you.